Hi everybody, it's Lou Sims from Lou Sims Papercrafter, and I'm here today to share some wonderful Halloween themed goodies from Polkadoodles. So, where should we start? I'm going to kick off with the papers. Now, this is a 6x6 paper pack. You get 8 different designs and you get 3 of each of the designs. And they're perfect for Halloween. But then you've got 3 generic ones, which we'll have a closer look at, that you could use not just for Halloween. So the first one, obviously Halloween. So we've got like the Happy Halloween, some eyeballs, some spiders. It's absolutely superb. I mean, you could even, if you wanted to, you could even cut out the Happy and the Halloween and have it along those lines. Next one, let's turn it round. Trick or treat, and we've got the ghost, the pumpkins, the bat, and you've got the font in lots of different colours. So you've got the purples, the oranges, the reds, the blacks. So there's a mixture of absolutely everything there, and the images, although slightly smaller, stand out beautifully. Then we've got this cool skeleton one where the skeletons are looking at you or side on, and there's a whole row of them. And this sheet cries out, you could easily cut it into banners and actually use it as banners. I mean, this bit here along the bottom there looks like you could even have it peeking out of the top of a window or something. We've then got the spider web, and they're beautiful. So you've got all the different types of spiders webs, and you could over stamp on these or put stamped spiders on these and have that just as your background. And then a really gorgeous Harlequin effect with all the colours that we associate with Halloween. But we've got a little bit of a teal blue in there, which I think actually makes the rest of the colours pop. We've then got this stunning damask look in like a deep grey background and a darker grey on the top. It's not black, it's a darker grey, and it's wonderful. I mean, you could cut it into little squares and make your own Harlequin with it. Brilliant design. And then we've got the cute little witch's legs, the spiders, the bat, in that traditional Halloween orange colour. Another generic paper, but in purple, and it's got polka dots on it. I'm hoping the camera can pick those up for you. And they're slightly lighter shade, but they're not in your face. They all merge in together. Okay, and that is right back round to the paper pack. So that is your actual In Love with Trick or Treat craft papers. Next, what can I share you? Now I've taken them out to show you the packaging because I thought it would be easier. This is called Funky Monsters. And on this sheet, you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 clear stamps in total. I'll show you the stamps in a minute because they're deeply etched stamps. The stamped images are bigger. This isn't their actual size, but you've got 4 really funky monsters. You can make them cute looking. You can make them more sinister. An eyeball. I love the eyeball. The smaller potions and pots are fantastic. And I love the idea that you could cut out a pair of glasses for the monsters. So if I show you the actual stamp size, forgive them, mine obviously has been used. So let's move this around a bit. And as you can see, that is a fair size stamped image compared to the actual graphics that I was showing you. So they are good sizes, and even the little accessory stamps are a good size and would stand out on your actual card. So that's the first one, and that's Funky Monsters. So let's have a look at the next one. And this one is Freaky Monsters. So you've got Funky Monsters and Freaky Monsters. On this one, you've got 3 larger monsters, and then you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 smaller, and then some more accessory stamps along the way. So if I bring in the stamps, you can see. Oh, let's turn them right way around. Sorry, I've been using mine, as you can see. But you can see them. There are substantial images that could be on a card by themselves. And even the smaller images, when layered up, could be brilliant all by themselves. So I've been having a little bit of a play. So I'm just put these to one side for the moment. Let's move that out of the way. And I've been having a little bit of a play with them. And this one is just actually using those accessories. This is on an A6 card and it's flat. It's just a card front. So all I've done is just stamped all my images together. The sentiment is from the next set of stamps I'm going to be showing you. And I've just layered it up, coloured it with pens and a little bit of an inky border and a few splats. So even though they're accessory stamps, that can be a commanding image in its own right. Okay, I'll do this one last. This one is again with the monsters, and all I've done is I've used a Polkadoodle stencil in the background. I've got my monsters going round, and I've got this as a shaker, and this is full of M&Ms. And you can get into it by tearing the foil seal there. Now, I've deliberately rammed mine because I didn't want them to shake together and then the little bits of the coating come off. But there is going to be a video tutorial on this and how I've actually created this. And then I thought I'd have a go on one of those twister type pop-up-y cards, for want of a better expression. And these are the smaller images, but they still stand out. This is from another set that I will be showing you, but works superbly in line with the monsters. So if we open it up, as you can see, it's a twist card. So I've used lots of different images. So that's one of the monsters there. And that is from the Funky Monster set. Or is it the Freaky? Hold on, I'll soon tell you. It is from the Funky. I was right. It's from the Funky Monsters. And then I've used some of the smaller images there. And these two we'll get back to. And including some of the sentiments. Okay, they're from another set. So I've just created that card. And then obviously I've used the background papers. Even on the front, I've used the background papers from the 6x6 paper pad. So there were just 3 ideas, and there'll be a couple of videos coming out shortly for these 2 cards. So I'll move them to one side. Now, these stamps. Ooh, these are more Halloween themed. So the images match Halloween, but actually on a lot of them, you could get away with them being autumnal or fall, that sort of time. They don't just have to be Halloween, because Nikki always crams in as much extra little bits. Now, this set is the ghosts. Okay, so give you an example, that was one of the ghosts there. All right, all I've done with that ghost is I've stamped one of the eyeballs from the Funky Monsters into the ghost. So instead of making it look cute, which these ones look like they should do, I've made it look a little bit more scary. So you get 3 different ghosts. You get your mummy, your bat, and then you get your smaller bits and pieces. But really cool feature, I'm going to lift it up to the camera to see if you can see. Can you see the 3 different types of faces? So you can stamp the different types of ghost face that you actually want on it. And this one here, now, I think this is genius. I know it could be a scar, but it could also be like quite a little malevolent sort of smile on one of the ghosts, which is pretty cool. So the stamped images are obviously bigger than, let's turn it around so you can see a bit better, are bigger than the packaging. So you've got your ghosts, as I said, you've got October the 31st, you've got 1, 2, 3 different sentiments on there. Okay, and that set is called Spooktacular. Okay, this one is Fab-boo-lous, or Fab-boo-lous, because I'm going to loo. And again, you get some really cool images that really suit Halloween. So you've got the ghosts, you've got a Frankie, a bat, spider and spider web, a pumpkin, and the sweet, and 2 sentiments on this stamp. So 10 stamps in total. So as you can see, I've been having a play with these. So these images are a lot bigger than the actual images shown on the packaging. And they can stand out by themselves on big or small cards, depends what your preference is. So that set there is called Fab-boo-lous. This one is called Hey Pumpkin. And on this one, you get your pumpkin, you've got your witch's hat, spiders, bats, the moon and stars, the cauldron, witch's cat, and the broom. Oh, and obviously a bag. You've got 1, 2, 3 sentiments as well. So you've got 13 clear stamps on this stamp set. And as you can see, it is more Halloween. So this is Hey Pumpkin. So let's have a look. And again, you can see that the stamped images are a lot bigger than what is represented. I mean, I think the pumpkin is a perfect example of that, because if we look on the packaging, that looks quite small. But when you turn it over and look that way, it is quite a commanding image. Okay, so Hey Pumpkin. And last in this collection is Pick of the Patch. Now, this one definitely could go for autumn, because you've got the apple. I know you've got the pumpkin, but you've got leaves on here, and you've got a few sweets. I mean, you've got a toffee apple. You've got a mouse in a witch's shoe. But then if you covered that part of it, it could just be a mouse sitting in a shoe around all the other bits and pieces. And it could become Pick of the Patch or I've Fallen for You. So you've got 2 sentiments there that aren't really Halloween, but do work with the rest of the Halloween set, but also go over to your autumn. Okay. So there's 4 sets all in all of the Halloween stamps, and they're all on the Polkadoodles site. For those in the US, they're on Simon Says Stamp, but I'll link everything down below this video. Okay, now what have I been doing with them? Right, okay, let's go here. So there's that Frankenstein, and all I've done is I've just put a little concertina of card underneath to make his head wobble, and I thought it'd be good to do it as a circle card rather than a traditional card. So that's a circle card. The other dies are from Polkadoodles as well, which I will also link down below. And all I've done is I've used one of the backing papers to create my background and a little bit of inking. But just to show you, just that one image by itself works beautifully on a card. This one is a little bit different. And all I've done is I've stamped the ghosts, but I've done them and I've brushed away some of the embossing so they don't stand out. It's not clear embossing. But what I wanted to show you, can you see the different faces I've stamped on inside the ghosts? So you can have all those different faces in there. And this ghost is from one of the other sets, so it shows you that they all do mix and match together. Put that down there. This one I've coloured with pencils, and it's a little bit more fussy than the other cards. This is a beautiful Polkadoodles die, and I just thought it lent itself to go with the witch, and so is the fence. So I've used lots of the elements here. I've got the cauldron, I've got the brush, I've got the cat, the moon, the small bat, and the backing paper in the background. But this card on the whole is, I'm just have a look, about the same width as an A6, but a little bit shorter. So it's a shaped card. And to make it stand up even nicer, I've pushed up, let's move them out of the way, I've pushed up the decorative edge. So when it stands up, you've got that little bit standing there as well. So that's using the ones, which set was that? Let's have a look. That is Hey Pumpkin set. Okay. This one I just went a little bit different, and I've made a coffin. So it's a smaller card. It's about the same height as an A6 card, maybe a fraction bigger. Use one of the backing papers, the skeleton, and I've used the mummy. But what I've done is just use the head this time, so it's peeking out. Now I've used one of the ghosts. Do you remember when I was saying about that little stamp that looked like a scar? But as soon as you put the face on, I mean, he looks cheeky, mischievous, but you put that on and you just think, okay, he does look well and truly up to some mischief. These are glow-in-the-dark crystal drops from Tonic, from the Nouveau range. So I thought that just added, at night time, they would stand out. And all I've done on the inside is I've layered up, so this pops up, so you can move him whether he goes down or up, choice is yours. And I've just used the sentiment Boo inside and one of the smaller decorative sentiments in the corner. So that is another way of using, and that's mixing and matching different elements from different sets. And finally, I've used the cute mouse in the shoe, and all I've done is cut away some of the backing paper and put a circle inside. Now that could have been black. I've left mine white. I've used the bat, the pumpkin, and because I can, I've added a couple of the candy, the lollies in there, and then the shoe, and I've cut it out. I mean, they are slightly raised up, but on the whole, it doesn't stand out too much, and that is an A6 card. There are videos coming out for, I think all of these projects. So there's going to be a Halloween video for a week using these sets. So put that to one side. So quickly what we've got is we've got the wonderful In Love with Trick or Treat craft papers. So 8 papers, 3 of each, 6 by 6. We've got these wonderful 4 sets of Halloween stamps. So Pick of the Patch, Hey Pumpkin, Fab-boo-lous, and Spooktacular. And then we've got the monsters. So we've got funky monsters and freaky monsters. So all of those work together and will get you going straight away for all your Halloween makes. As I said before, I'll link absolutely everything below this video, and I'll also link it onto my blog as well. So if you're not into scrolling down on the videos, it'll all be there. But do check out the Polkadoodle shop for the Halloween bits and pieces. If you're in the US, do check out the Simon Says stamp, because I know all of these now are on there. I'll be back shortly, and I'll be sharing a Halloween themed project using these items. Thanks for popping over. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.